101.9 FM. Fresh news, smart talk, all day.
The views and opinions of the hosts and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the position of the management and staff of Guardian Network.
Young cast, last, now everybody go talk breakfast.
Talking Heads with Garcia is brought to you by BTC, the Cancer Treatment Centers of America, Dunkin' Donuts, Fine Threads, First Caribbean Bank, Island Wholesale, John's Department Store, Joker's Wild, J.S. Johnson, KFC, Naughty Johnny's, Percy's Island Games, and Tropical Gyros.
The Friday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads is on and popping. Happy Friday, y'all. Your boy Naughty and your company right up until 6 p.m. And, boy, we got lots to talk about. We're going to open up the lines today for you. All right, before you get into that, though, you know how to chime in. I got your brain teaser lined up for you. Okay? So you know how to get your answers in. 323-6232, 325-4316, 325-4259. Text lines powered by BTC, 422-GR96. That's 422-4796. Stream us live. Take us wherever you want to go. GuardianTalkRadio.com. That's GuardianTalkRadio.com. Cable channel 969. BTC Flow channel 612. That's how you get it in. That's how you get it on. All right. Playing for Joker's Wild Party Passes, KFC coupons, Dunkin' coupons, and, of course, lunch or dinner your choice from Naughty Johnny's. All right? So it's fully loaded. The grab bag. The bag is loaded. All right? This is a good one. I don't know if I should give you all this one. Y'all might have to Google this. And then y'all might get it. That might be too easy. So, here we go. Wow. Recent survey of 100 Bahamians. All right? 100 Bahamian men. Say they wish they received more of this. Recent survey of 100 Bahamian men between the ages of 21 and 50. Survey revealed that 70% said they wish they'd receive more of this. What is it? Especially from their significant other. What is it? That's your mind-bending brain teaser. You got between now and the news and the top of the 5 o'clock hour to get your answers in. Now, while you work on that, I'm going to work on this. No. You are texting in already. Not affection. No. Gets to Googling. Gets to Googling. All right. Here's the deal. Getting into the headliners who are what's making headlines in the 242. All brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Don't forget new arrivals in stock, both locations, top of the hill, Mackey Street, and the Southwest Shopping Plaza locations. Check them out online, finethreads.com. Do your shopping online, then arrange for pickup at any one of those convenient Fine Thread locations. Here's what's blazing up the pages of the Nassau Guardian News and Views at Madison's 1844. And I want you to chime in. Let me know, what you think on all of these headlines today. First and foremost, big emblazoned across the Guardian today. Big headline, F&M blasts government over BPL's $150 million arrears. Opposition renews calls for Sears to resign. The Free National Movement yesterday renewed its call for Minister of Works Alfred Sears to resign over what is insisted as being the bungling of the affairs of Bahamas Power and Light, BPL, as evidenced by revelation in the government's newly released Fiscal Strategy Report 2022 that the utility has arrears of $150 million. And you know who got to pay for them arrears, right? Me and you. And I find it extremely disappointing that the Minister of Works, Mr. Sears, would be disingenuous or mislead the House on at least 8 occasions. That's far from transparent and accountable, if you ask me. And, of course, you do need to resign. You can cost us $150 million more elsewhere. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Speaking of Mr. Sears, the Ministry of Works and Utilities yesterday signed a $34.2 million contract with Bahamas Hot Mix Company for an airside construction work at Exuma International Airport. The scope of work includes pavement rehabilitation works for apron, taxiways, and the runway, new taxiway installation, fencing and drainage, lighting and electrical work, navigational aids, and runway markings. This according to Minister of Works and Utilities, Alfred Sears. Now, are you sure that's all we getting tonight? We getting all of that, what you say we getting, Mr. Sears? You ain't misleading us on this, right? Because you know we got to ask. I mean, if you missed that as an hour once or twice, maybe, but 8? 8 times? I got to ask you what's going on every time after that now. And Bahamas Hot mixed with the 34.2 million contract. You see that? 4 million Harbor Island signs, expanded House of Assembly with government. The government and 4M Harbor Island signs. Signed an updated head of agreement yesterday, growing its Bar Island Club residence and marina development from a simple boutique resort concept to a project that includes a retail component and almost 100 estate homes, cottages, and villas worth $150 million. This according to the PM, Mr. Davis. 4M Harbor Island. Now, I get the whole boutique concept for Harbor Island, but now we pushing it to 100 estate homes, cottages, and villas. So I guess the boutique was on the initial way to get it started, and then this was the secondary portion of the project, because obviously you want to keep Harbor Island as quaint as you can keep it, right? We've already got instances where Bahamians are sending videos, obviously with a migration problem, a migrant problem, undocumented migrants in Harbor Island. We got to keep an eye on this. Yeah, this is a great development and so on and so forth. It takes Harbor Island away from being that sleepy, little enjoyable getaway to a hustling, bustling, busy island. And second of all, with all this construction going on, we got to watch the influx of individuals coming in on this contract, on this construction. Going to be a lot of in and outs, so we got to keep an eye. We got to do our due diligence, because at the end of the day, we got multiple ways to benefit from this, but we can't shoot ourselves in the foot as we get it done. We can't, benefit in one area, but allow another problem to fester and magnify in another, if you know what I mean. Other headlines: AG, no citizenship bill before Privy Council ruling. No citizenship bill before Privy Council ruling. So Attorney General Ryan Pinder said yesterday in the Senate, in June 2022, said in the Senate, the government would have advanced legislation to allow Bahamian men and women to pass on citizenship in all circumstances by the end of last summer. He said yesterday, no bill will be brought before the Privy Council rules on whether the Constitution provides an automatic right to citizenship at birth to the children born out of wedlock to Bahamian fathers and foreign mothers. So we right where we started. Let's go to the phone line. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Good evening, sir.
Sparkalicious. Now, before you even get started, listen to me. Now, you know I've done some videos in my time, and they just called me the Coalition, but I saw one of your videos, and let me tell you, I'm going to make you an honorary member of the Coalition, all right? The Coalition crew, the Coalition connection. Because, boy, I see one video with you yesterday where no one was barred. The goblin in the bucket mouth was rolling. How many brown bottles you had before you did that, or that was just one take?
Normally it's just be one take. I can't get to the second take.
Boy, look here, you're fired up, Sparky. You call it how you see it. I like that.
Sometimes things are just, it's like what the Christians would say, the spirit is moving.
Oh, the spirits was moving you to the wine and spirits.
No, I don't do the wine thing. I don't do the wine thing. I'm the man, and everybody knows Sparky is the brown bottle man.
He's the brown bottle man, but Sparky,
I think they really should give me some sort of cut out of the royalties from promoting Guinness.
Yeah, for real. They usually brown bottle man.
I think the brewery is doing me the injustice.
Now, let me ask you a question. Now, speaking of injustice, you was fired up in that video voice note, man. I mean, what kind of motivated you to get to that point, Sparky? Because you ride hard for your team, man, but you seem a little upset.
Yeah, but the point is, and I say it like it is, justice and truth will set you free. I was told by our forefathers that the truth will set you free. When we were going through the period of Mr. Menace, we were going through a hard time. We just came through a hurricane, and then we were slaughtered by something called a pandemic. And in the middle of all of that, naughty, we had something that I can't call a prime minister. We had a wannabe dictator locking down people for selling coconut water and selling peanuts, and got me standing across the road in the evening talking to my neighbor, he behind his gate, and I behind my gate on the evening. We so scared we don't even want to come out in the road to say hello to one another. No. And then everybody was on Sparky's side, say, yeah, go get him, Sparky. Go get him. And at that time, my job was to get rid of Menace. I promised somebody I will do my best to get rid of Menace. And I think I did a very good job of getting rid of something I call a wannabe dictator.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think I was doing at that time. And then I promised somebody who promised me that when they get there, they wasn't going to do the same thing. Now, I have nothing against my boy. You know who my boy is.
Yeah, your boy is Brett.
You know, Naughty, you know that's my boy. That's my champion. I tell you that in the video, that's my champion. My problem with my boy is I don't want him to fall in the same trap with Mr. Pinland and the cronies around him. And I found out, and I've observed that the cronies have started to develop. I don't have nothing against my boy, because I believe that my boy is trying his best as Prime Minister to get this country out of the dilemma. But then there's some cronies around us that saying any old kind of thing when they go to House Assembly, but we see that what they saying ain't what they doing. There's a lot of flying around. There's a lot of partying. There's a lot of on the TV. There's a lot of taking pictures and this and that. And some of them, they don't answer their phones. I don't need to see my MP, you know.
You just need to answer your phone.
I answer your phone because I got something. If we decided that we was going to do a project in the Pride State Park, let's go through with the project. I don't need $1 from you. I don't need you to bring me no 3 bottles of Guinness. I drink them by the cases. I don't need $1 from you because I am a retired man and I am still working. But if I live in Pride State and I say, I want to do a project in that park, I don't want just to mow the park and pick up papers and bottles. I want to do a project. I want to beautify the park. I need you to come and assist me. Maybe helping me get some backhoes to dig some holes or this and that and that, because at my age, 71, I can't throw pickaxe and use no shovel. You understand where I'm coming from, Marty?
Gotcha.
And when you promised me that that's what you're going to do to help me, and 1 year later, I see you yet, now I go on the offensive. I trying to get this doggone football down there, that goal, what you had. You understand where I'm coming from?
I see you. I know where you're coming from.
And the truth will set you free. And Brave and them will tell you when they come around my house to get my jujus and everything, Brave will tell you I talk to him the same way I talk to you, and the same way I put it on the video, and I tell Mr. Bowleg, my MP, if you don't have the time to pass down here in Pride State to talk with Sparky, don't come back here the next time when you want to go back in that house.
No, man. Bowleg is a good dude. I can make sure you come here.
Yeah. He's a good minister, you know. I see him all over the place doing everything with youth, sports, and culture. But remember what I'm saying, I'm naughty. You and I, we had a project we was talking about.
That's true. That's true.
So let's get to the project. You keep doing your work, and that's all I ask you for.
Gotcha.
And I will do that park. And one day my legacy will say when the children grows up, and that, when they see that cocoa plum tree, that gooseberry tree, that mango tree, that avocado tree, all them fruit trees there, my grandchildren will be able to say, legacy, Sparky did that.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Sparks. I appreciate you, man. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this? You got another caller there, Mr. Producer. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96. Oh, okay. You couldn't wait long enough, Amy. Call me back then. Let me check the text lines. Great show, as usual, Naughty. I thought Mr. Sears would have made a good PM. Boy, was I wrong on that. I'm obviously have bad judgment and character. Now, a lot of us, saw the good in Mr. Sears early on. I don't know what happened. Some people might say he's been set up as the fall guy. You never know. Question, Naughty, who started that foolishness that once you're an MP, you have to answer your phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, because that don't make you a good MP. And Naughty, let me let you know something. If I ever became PM, when I doing my business with my significant other, don't call on my phone. I will call you back when I finish, and don't call after 10. And I'm not buying anyone no fridge. Okay, how do you really feel? You ain't buying no fridge, you ain't want to get elected. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Naughty, did I get cut off?
You might have got cut off, Sparky. You might have dropped. What's happening?
The Village Road situation.
Finish it up for me.
Just after your producer, don't cut me, please. Somebody told me today that the Village Road was finished. So I say, no, that ain't finished yet. They say, yeah, let's go. Now, I went through Parkgate Road. It ain't finished down by Parkgate. And then from Parkgate to Boyner Road, it ain't finished yet. We went up Village Road, headed towards Montague, because I wanted to go by Yellow to get me some fish. Now, I'm trying to find the minister, because the buck stops at the minister. Why we just finished a brand new road going up there, and we still got these doggone they ain't potholes.
Craters.
Huh?
Craters.
No, they ain't potholes yet. You know when they put down these things, what they call the manhole?
Uh-huh.
With the steel and thing? Hello?
Yeah, I listening.
Well, why the manhole either always underneath the road or above the road, and you're still messing with your CV joint and your idle arm and your tires? Why they can't just level them off with the level of the road? And they already start digging the road already, and they finish the road yet, and they don't start digging the road.
But that's what they do, man. You got to pave it and then dig it.
Start digging the road.
Sparky, yeah, your guess is as good as mine. They've been doing that from time immemorial. Pave the road, then dig it up afterwards. It makes no sense to me, and I'm waiting for that to happen now, too. Naughty, the government got hot mixed because they know that they can do the work. When the F&M gave it to the same person instead of a foreign company, they say the F&M enriching Brent and the UBP. You can't make this up. Then some of their foolish supporters spread the same story. It has to be a sin the way the PRP uses the poor to promote their political partisan agenda. Texter, boy, you and me must have been sipping the same Kool-Aid today, because I think the same thing. Bahamas hot mix good now, but Bahamas hot mix bad when F&M and pie. I don't get it. Is that what they're trying to say? Anyway, I digress. And finally, more from the headlines today. Cannabis bill nearly complete, AG says. The legislation to establish a cannabis industry in the Bahamas is nearly complete, Attorney General Ryan Pinto said yesterday. However, even though he told the Senate in June 2022 that the government intended to advance its cannabis bill to develop a comprehensive regulatory framework for growing, harvesting, and exporting cannabis within the first 6 months of the new fiscal year, he was unable to say when. Let me get to A5 now. The legislation will be introduced into Parliament. So, it's still more pontification, more talks. Just extended talks from June 22nd. I glad the AG talking now. He ain't saying too much, but I glad he talking, because he was quiet them last couple of weeks since the SPF, FTX ish hit the fan. But now you're talking, but you ain't saying nothing, because when is the bill going to get there? We've been hearing about this for a while. And when are you going to let the voting populace look at the bill? When are you going to put it out to Joe Public to see what we have to think about it, or our input? So, there you have it. Let's stop talking about it and be about it. Nor do you have to pave the road and then dig it up because you need reason for overtime pay. That's what I thought it was. Thanks, man. Brave took over the circus from Christie. KB was right. After all, Brave publicly said he saw no wrong in the Christie administration. What else are we looking for except the same? Y'all, listen. It's Friday and y'all fired up. What kind of music Lang was playing today? He didn't do the love grooves. Y'all well fiery today. All right. That's a wrap right there on your headliners, all brought to you, of course, by Fine Threads. Let me slide up into the buzz real quick, all brought to you, of course, by John Shoes. And don't forget, new arrivals every Monday and Tuesday, ladies, all right? So be sure to check them out. They have your fast fashions, your workwear. Now they have small home appliances and cookware available for you as well. So be sure to check out John's both locations, John's Plaza Carmichael and the flagship store over there on Rosetta today. And remember, at John, serving you is a pleasure. All right, here's what I'm buzzing on today. Now, I must commend everybody, now that we got a brand new resort open on Cable Beach. That Goldman, that's beautiful property. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful property. I'm glad to see it's open. Now, what I need y'all to do down there at the Goldman is get the hell off the median in front of the Goldman. We've been dealing with it for months while y'all was finishing up. The traffic takes a beating there. You got about 8 or 9 food vendors monopolizing the median trying to sell food. You got all kind of cars parked on the median, tractors parked on the median. All of this in the mouth of the office of the Prime Minister, by the way. Could y'all get your bungie off that median now, please? And are you going to replace the damage that has been done to said median? All that grass, all the landscape, that's taking a beating. Y'all going to touch that up? Because you know it's taxpayers' money who takes care of having those verges and those medians manicured via the contractor disbursement. So you have folks that have a contract to take care of that median can't take care of the median because it's been beat to smithereens. And again, I think that new resort is beautiful. Seeing the pictures, seeing the ground, awesome. Awesome. It really is. But let's have the front of the property look as awesome as the beach view. Get you in a bungie off the median. You all done open now, right? What happened to your parking? What happened to your guest parking? Come on, man. That median needs to be redone, and it needs to be refurbished. And it's right in the mouth of the OPM. So you see this foolishness every day. At some point, you need to tell them, hurry the hell up and get off the median. And make this look beautiful again. It's an eyesore. It is an eyesore. The property is absolutely beautiful, especially out onto the bay and everything. Absolutely gorgeous. Not running from that. The median, y'all need to clean it up. You know you're wrong for it. Clean it up. Clean it up. And I wonder who the MP is for that stretch. That's Minnesay. So why don't say something, Doc? You trying to get back into people's good graces. Why don't say something? Are you good? Anyway, we can leave that just like that. Anyhow, Mr. Producer, let's get to the first break. I'm going to take the median out west, right opposite office of the Prime Minister, right in the mouth. Got to see it every day. At some point, the taxpayers figure into this too. We need our median back to how it used to be, not beat to smithereens. And I run all the way down from where the new resort started to the Go Slow Band roundabout. All right? And get all the litter and all the trash and all that makes it look so bad. Let's get that taken care of. All right? Because at the end of the day, that's we median. You can't diss us like that. Let's go to the break. The Friday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads will continue right after this.
Last, now everybody go to breakfast. Chuko.
With so much going on in the world today, Only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Want to be the MVP of the party for the big game this year? And win cash? Just take your favorite Frito-Lay chips, Cheetos, or Tostitos and salsa to the party, and you will be the MVP and have a chance to win cash. All you have to do is purchase any large Frito-Lay chips, Tostitos, salsa, or Cheetos from participating grocery stores. Put your info on your receipt, drop it in the box, and you're in with a chance to win. Check your grocery store for details. Final drawing is February 11th. Frito-Lay chips, distributed by Island Wholesale.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
John's January sale has begun, and you don't want to miss out on one of the greatest savings events of the year. 25% off shoes, bags, accessories, and clothing in either of our John's shoe stores or John's fast fashion clothing stores. 10% off Timberland brand products, 15% off Sperry footwear, and don't forget our nursing and hospitality uniform store. John's Kia Wear, which is also 25% off everything. Whatever your footwear needs, come into John's. Palmdale or Carmichael Road, January 24th through 31st to start the new year off right. John's, we put fashion at your feet.
Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place, is your place, is your place.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Heads, the Friday, February 3rd edition continues right now. And let me take this one text before I go to the break. And I mean, before we get into your global warming, we're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau, and I slide into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. It's a good question right here. Naughty, what do you think about Bahamianizing the farming industry? Well, let me tell you. The average age of the farmer a couple of years ago was 70. Okay? So I think if you have young Bahamians that want to get into a viable industry, it is the farming industry. And there's vehicles in place through the government to get you started. But if you came together, a bunch of young Bahamians, and said, okay, we're going to go and we're going to harvest and we're going to plant and we're going to farm tomatoes, cabbage, onion, corn. You farm them, you harvest them, and then you do it on a big enough scale where you start producing for food stores, hotels, so on and so forth. And hopefully others will come into the industry and look at other crops and say, you know what? They do it. And there's enough to go around that you can facilitate taking care of Bahamians and our food as well as the hotels and their food. You can also look at farming if you want to Bahamianize it. That's why Mr. Pinder and this administration needs to get that marijuana bill correct. Because there is a myriad of ways to make millions of dollars in the marijuana industry as far as growing and turn it into textiles, clothing, rope, hempcrete, which is the new rage as far as concrete blocks go. Okay, the list goes on. Cruise ship rope. Ropes for the cruise ship, that's a $2 billion a year industry. Who has one of the largest cruise ship registries in the world? The Bahamas. We grow the rope, you have the registry, we cut a deal on your registration fees if you buy the rope from us. Hey, it all works out. So I think we should Bahamianize the farming industry. And I think we should allow a lot of young Bahamians to get involved too, considering the average age of the Bahamian farmer is 70. Now, let's slide up to the Global Woman. All brought to you, of course, by KFC Nassau. And listen, you got to check out KFC Nassau. They got that genius menu going on, man. Oh, man. So many ways to get hooked up with that KFC at great prices and great deals. That's the best thing about it right there. All right? Check this out. As far as KFC goes, okay? And I'll tell you, they got some great deals going on, all right? You know, you got Crazy Tuesdays going on with the Crazy Tuesday deals, all right? But don't forget that KFC Genius Menu is going on at KFC, and it's finger looking good with deals starting as low as $5. Try the KFC one-piece snack box, the Wow Box, or the Mega Box for all your favorite KFC favorites, all right? And that's all waiting for you for takeout and for drive-thru. And don't forget those drive-thrus opening and frying until midnight at your favorite KFC Nassau locations. All right, let's jump on in. Where do we start? Robert Kraft is hoping Tom Brady will sign a one-day contract so he'll officially retire from football as a New England Patriot. Just a month in office, Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders has already made the state more like she wants. She issued an executive order that would prohibit critical race theory in Arkansas schools. Another bans the term Latinx in official documents. As soon as this week, she could also sign a separate bill that would impose restriction on drag shows. Boy, she got her agenda, boy. Up until now, the Queen appeared on Australia's Money. King Charles should be next, but instead, the Australian government is going to replace the royalty in charge with a new design that honors the culture and history of the first Australians, the Aboriginal people. Love it. Derek Jeter confessed the other night on The Tonight Show that he once wore a gold thong under his uniform to help him get out of a hitting slump. Dear God. Okay. It took him over a year, but Rob Pope from Liverpool, England, has run 15,621 miles across the United States in an effort to recreate Tom Hanks' run in Forrest Gump. Wild beard and all. Some people just take these things way too seriously. Keanu Reeves has been granted a restraining order for a guy who keeps claiming he is related to the actor, but isn't. The 65th annual Grammys returned to its longtime home of Crypto.com Arena, formerly the Staples Center, in Los Angeles this Sunday, hosted by Randy Rainbow. And finally, President Trump is sharing video of Nikki Haley saying that if President Trump would run again in 2024, she would not run against him. Trump need to have several seats, man. Several seats. Several. Anyway, that's a wrap right there on your Global Woman. We're heating up the planet in 60 seconds or less. Naughty, if you get a marijuana license, don't forget me. You owe me one for not getting that movie. What movie role? I always owe you something, me. Oh, Lord. All right, let's slide up into my Dunkin' Donuts coffee break. Because you know I runs on Dunkin'. And you need to be running on Dunkin' too. And don't forget, find your savory sidekick at Dunkin', the new stuffed bagel. The stuffed bagel minis. A bite-sized bagel stuffed with cream cheese for the perfect snack on the go. Try the Everything Bagel Stuffed Mini or the Chive and Onion Stuffed Minis for a flavor explosion you won't be able to resist. Those Dunkin' Minis are off the chain. Be sure to check them out. All right, back to the text lines. Hold on now, Naughty. Forrest Gump beard was the whole loaf, not the breadcrumbs. Yeah, but that beard, that was a beard, boy. That was a beard. That was one of them. I ain't gonna lie. But, yeah, Be sure to check out your favorite Dunkin' location, all right? Those minis are back. 4:52 p.m. is the time. I'm scrolling down these answers, and I won't lie to you. Scrolling down the answers, looking it over, and boy, I tell you, got some good replies here. I cannot lie. But a lot of these are incorrect. 70% of Bahamian men surveyed between the ages of 21 and 50 said they want more of this from their significant other. Some said compliments, some said respect, some said cooperation, home-cooked meals, watch TV, affection, romance, breakfast in bed, massage, tell him she love him, respect, money, home-cooked meal, physical intimacy, a smoothie. A smoothie? Really? Anyhow, none of the above. Now, when I tell you this, some of y'all can jump up and be like, oh, that I said this and I said that, and trying to make it reach. But the specific answer that I was looking for, okay, and I'm going over all your answers right now to make sure, because I know some of y'all like to get all legal with me, turn into wannabe lawyers, you know? Affection, kiss, romance, breakfast in bed, cook everything. All right, birthday gift. Okay, nope. That was one. That person put in about 14 answers. All right, let me make sure. Not a bath. A hot meal, pampering. No, sir. You did not put the eight. No, sir. All right. Some of y'all need Jesus who've been answering these texts, by the way. Anyway. Let me just tell you, I'll be specific. 70% of the Bahamian male survey said they want more like quality time, date nights, like one-on-one outings. All right, they want more like date nights, meaning go to the movies, go to dinner, just one-on-one. No kids, no friends, no nothing. Just one-on-one time to do some stuff. That quality time, that date moment that they used to have prior to obviously settling down or getting married, so on and so forth. Look at this one. Submissive, feminine, fit, and cooperative and non-combative. That's a good answer. But you ain't never going to find that. You ain't never going to find that. Never going to find that. Because then it could be a problem. Either you going to have a club foot or one ear going to be bigger than the next, and you ain't going to ever find perfection. But you try. Something going to be wrong. Anyhow, I digress. That's your answer for today. All right? You said time. You didn't say quality time. You didn't say one-on-one interactions. You didn't say date night. You said time. I knew it was going to be one. I just knew it was going to be one. Anyway. Now, hold on. I don't know the validity of these reports, so I'm going to say alleged. All right, but there are allegations, alleged reports now that certain individuals are making threats toward the Prime Minister. Wow. Let's see where this goes. So check out your nightly news sources. What exactly is up with this? But apparently an announcement should be coming at 5 p.m. So we'll see. All right? And like I say, you have to look at this whole scenario right now. We cannot be so volatile, all right? Obviously, the issue of immigration is a hot topic issue. I get that. And Bahamians need to be catered to in this because we've been made second-class citizens throughout this whole scenario. And there's extenuating circumstances and there's components and there's, politics breeds strange bedfellows and so on and so forth. That's why we're here 50 years later. But moving forward, we need to dialogue, get dialogue from both sides, come up with the best solution for everyone, but Bahamians first, moving forward. Threats, cries for vigilante justice, all of that type of stuff, that's too much volatility. We do not need that right now. God forbid we end up like the DR. Okay? At the end of the day, we have to remain humane first. So let's have the conversations. Let's have the dialogue. They might not be easy conversations, but we need to find out from all parties involved, what are the issues, and then find the best solutions forward with cooler heads that shall prevail. This right now is not working. Not working. Naughty, I said time. You know how exams are. You ask for more time. Boy, you stretching it. You brought up painful memories about exams, too, and then running out. All right, correction. Never going to find that, even though that is not perfection, just the bare minimum benefit in the Bahamas or in America. But you can find a rare unicorn here and there. But they have always taken and guarded like Korea. I know the feminists coming for me. No, you do find a unicorn. That's why you marry them. That's what I did. I find that special one, MJ, and I married her quick, fast, and in a hurry. So you're onto something there. But yeah, Dexter, you all right, you know. I think you got a pretty good sense of humor, man. All right, let's get to the last break and into the news. And on the flip side of the news, we'll be in the 5 o'clock hour and we'll be talking sports as the Friday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
Last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoked bacon in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Whether your business is in-store, on the go, or both, let Fidelity work with you to maximize your customers' payment options with a fixed or mobile terminal so that you never miss a sale. It's safer than cash and more convenient so that you can take your business anywhere. For details, contact a business development officer today at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport, or visit our website at fidelitygroup.com.
This is Guardian Radio, 96.9 FM, Nassau, Bahamas.
Play with Island Games, we making dreams come true. Play with Island Games, we paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market, you getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy, and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first, guaranteed to pay. Island Games, we like them other jokers. We've been here from the start, from the bike to computer. Island Games, we can make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
Tired of banks forcing you to use technology to bank the way they want you to? Your convenience is important. So no matter what your banking needs, Commonwealth Bank's friendly staff are always available in branch for that personal one-on-one service. But when you choose technology, our online and mobile banking app offers you state-of-the-art functionality. The choice is yours. Commonwealth Bank. Bank the way you want.
It's a new year, and you're super excited to start the year off right. You've made your New Year's resolutions, doing more exercising, healthier eating, saving more, making better decisions and all that. If you have information or products that encourages healthy living, promotes sound financial decisions, or a positive lifestyle, one smart decision is to advertise in the Nassau Guardian's Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise supplement. So if you're a physician, speech, massage, or physiotherapist, own a gym, nutritional deli or restaurant? Does your financial, insurance institution, or credit institution have the plan for investing wisely? Then that information should be in the Nassau Guardian's Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise supplement. One low price gives you an ad in the supplement plus 15 30-second commercials. Interviews also available on Star 106 Hits, Guardian Radio, and Hot 91. Contact your account executives or the Nassau Guardian now. Start the new year right in the Nassau Guardian's Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise supplement.
Juicy fried chicken, mashed potatoes with gravy, and a hot buttery biscuit for only $5. That's genius! Part of the KFC Genius menu, the KFC $5 snack box delivers on flavor and value. Need to feed more than one? KFC's Great Picks has got you covered. Packed with 4 thighs and 4 legs, fried to golden perfection, plus 4 buttery biscuits for only $20. More genius! Hungry for deals? The Genius Menu at KFC. It's finger-licking good.
When I had got prostate cancer, my family didn't know if I was going to live. At Cancer Treatment Centers of America, within days, I got an appointment. They presented me with treatment options, and we set up a robotic prostatectomy. When my scans came back, there are no signs of cancer. They don't see you as a number, they see you as a part of the family. I'm going on with my life. That's a real gift.
Call us at Cancer Treatment Centers of America.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches.
Fidelity, we're good for you.
Young cast, last. Now everybody go to breakfast. Choco.
Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. The Friday, February 3rd edition continues right now. Mr. Producer, do we have that update yet? You'll give me the thumbs up. Let me do. All right. Listen, we'll get to sports in short order. But in all fairness, I did mention it going into the break. And there will be a press conference, courtesy of the OPM, that is coming on in short order. And we will carry that for you. All right. We'll get back into the sports right after that. But as soon as they're ready to go, we will go to that. Now, apparently, the nation will be addressed today, all right, on all the media platforms, including Facebook Live as well. And I'm understanding now that the COP, Chief of Police, Mr. Clayton Fernando, will be making the address. But obviously, it's addressing the fact and the incident of Prime Minister Philip Davis reportedly receiving death threats today. So they will make an announcement. There will be a press announcement at 5 p.m. on all media platforms. And we'll carry that for you as soon as it's available. So we're only waiting for them to go live. As soon as they do, we will go directly to that. And then we'll pick up the conversation as far as sports goes following, time permitted, obviously. But we do want to pay attention to this because it is breaking news, and obviously you have to establish the authenticity of it, because as you know, in social media circles, my good Bahamian brothers and sisters, we like to lie from time to time and share fake news. But obviously we're on top of this, and it is pertinent, it is relevant. And we talked about a lot of things that were incendiary, that had Joe Public, the voting populace, in arms and in angst. And again, crying for vigilante justice and that type of mantra leads to incidences like this, which we don't need. Because if we're going to get to the bottom and the crux of all these issues, and move forward, we have to do it with proper dialogue, consistent dialogue, and be able to meet in the middle and take the best solutions forward to solve the problem. But this problem is going on for far too long. But violence and threats and death threats aren't the way. And whether you feel a certain way about a political party or not, it should never get to that point. Because if it gets to that point, we're completely lost. And we'll have to rebuild on multiple levels. And you don't want to get it to that level. There's one level now that we have to look at, the issue of immigration right now. That's a hot button issue. And it has like a ripple effect because it affects people on multiple layers and on multiple levels. But getting into this violent, bloodthirsty point where we're at, no bueno. Can't do it. Can't get ahead if we continue like this. How are we looking there, Mr. Producer? Nothing yet? Now I'm going to walk this tightrope because I don't want to start talking sports, and as soon as I talk sports, they come right to me. So chime in and let me know how you feel about the incident that we're addressing right now. Where have we reached in a society in 2023? The PM is allegedly receiving death threats? Really? I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this. Because at the end of the day, if the only solution into this is a violent approach, it's not the answer. A clear, concise plan of action needs to be taken to deal with the situation. Okay? Taking into account all things that have led to this, getting to it over the years. And you got to peel each layer of that onion back and figure out, what do we keep, what do we discard? All right? Because finger pointing, innuendos, fake news, creating that whole big boogeyman element, that's not working. Look where it's getting us. Okay? And, wow, here's one coming in right here. Let me check this. Naughty, there's a video circulating, and I think Kyle Mills is narrating. He really should not videotape the children, especially their faces. They are innocent in all of this, as much as one can possibly be. It is truly sad, but this is the danger in where Brave and the PRP have brought us. Brave and the PRP have created a very, very dangerous situation in this country, a powder keg that seems ready to blow. They need to seriously deal with this and deal with it now. The thing is, they have no real desire because, as said before, it is all about the PRP expanding its base for 2026 and, more importantly, beyond. Well, if you campaign, good text there, Texter, if you campaign on the mantra, we are all Bahamians of Haitian descent, and we have to be apart now so we can be together later, what do you really expect? The chickens are coming home to roost. Hold on. Texter, all right, ministers of the former administration like Renwood Wells were threatened many times. That was very disgusting, and let's not forget how they spoke badly of Dr. Minnis' wife. And to that level, they spoke badly about Mrs. Christie. I think one individual actually attempted to spit on Mrs. Christie prior. They had tons to say about Mr. Ingram and Mrs. Ingram. So yeah, the cycle is repeating itself. And Peter is no better than Paul in this. We've seen it from both sides. Okay? But I get your point. We don't need any of that. We need to be able to dialogue and leave it at the table. Move from the table. And leave it at the table and come back to it until we get it right. But I agree with you, Texter. We can't deal with the threats. But I'm just trying to say we need to look at it from more than sundry. That's been part of the fabric for a while, and we need to eliminate it. You know, at the end of the day, I may not be a fan of some of these things this administration does, but I'm not calling for death threats for the PM. That's ridiculous. That's crazy. Mr. Producer, any luck yet? So all these people could be putting out on this platform, but 5 p.m. sharp, be coming with this, and then we lollygagging. But again, we do need to keep an eye on it, because at the end of the day, that's breaking news right now. There's no way we should be in a point now, Pearlie, I'll be coming to you in a second, Pearlie, all right? And you fry something up in the fat fryer, Pearlie. We're just waiting for this update from the local media platforms regarding the Prime Minister receiving death threats today. So as soon as we deal with that, we'll be coming to the Zoom room, Pearlie. We'll be coming to the Zoom room in short order. Put something in the air fryer, and I'll be there shortly. We ready, Mr. Producer? You give me a thumbs up or the finger? All right, let's go. Which news source is this? On all the news sources? All right, here we're going. This is a 5 p.m. update right now from the Chief of Police, Clayton Fernanda, correct?
Anonymous calls were made to the office of the Prime Minister threatening the safety of Prime Minister Philip Davis. The matter was immediately referred to the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and an investigation is underway. Prime Minister Davis has been appraised of the situation, and additional security measures have been put in place. While the threat against the Prime Minister is being taken seriously, it is a current assessment of the Prime Minister's security team and the Prime Minister that he should continue with his normal duties, and further assessments will be made once the investigation reveals further information. We'd also like to say that the staff here at the Office of the Prime Minister are all reported safe as well, and we want to thank them for continuing with the duties, important duties here at the Office of the Prime Minister. I'm going to invite Commissioner of Police Clayton Fernanda to further address this matter and take any questions you may have. Commissioner of Police.
Good evening. Thank you very much, Clinton. Good evening, Bahamas. You would have seen in the past 2 days on Wednesday evening on social media where a clip based on the protests downtown by Parliament, group of individuals, and there's a clip out there in social media and an individual who was shouting to assassinate the nation's leader, Mr. Philip Brave Davis. Acts like this will only take the temperature to another level. And you saw that played out today. Shortly after noon, this afternoon, 2 anonymous called, believed to be male, called in and made death threat to the Prime Minister. Officers responded, and we are now have a full-scale investigation that is ongoing at this time. We are following some significant leads with respect to those. Both calls came in, one right after the other, about 15 minutes apart, threatening to kill the nation's leader. We as Bahamian, it shouldn't happen. When you're talking about threatening the nation's leader, and we are, as Bahamians, how we got to this level and threatening individuals. Not only you could go beyond the Prime Minister, but individuals, and we take this very serious. We are now viewing the threat level so that we could put some additional security measures in place along with our law enforcement partner, the team here from the Defense Force. So we are on top of this, and we ask individuals who are out there or who may have intention to do that or who will try to continue to do just that, to stop now. Because we will go at you with the full extent of the law. It's a no-no, and it shouldn't happen. Not the nation's leader or anybody else. And we take this serious, and we will be able to update you with more information as we progress with respect to the investigation. I spoke to the Prime Minister a few minutes ago. He's in good spirit. Prime Minister said he's in scared. But we have to ensure that he is safe. We cannot dilute security. We cannot dilute security. And we will ensure that not only the Prime Minister, but we have to ensure that the staff here, employees here, are safe. And by extension, the Bahamian people. It's a no-no.
Questions? What is the level of concern following what happened outside of Parliament? And are you linking what happened outside of Parliament to the calls today? Do you feel as though these might be members associated with the Coalition of Independents?
We can't rule it out. That is a line of inquiry that we are following. We can't rule it out, not at this time.
With CARICOM fast approaching, what sort of additional security measures are going to be taken? Because it's not only going to be the Prime Minister, who's the chair of CARICOM, but we're going to have leaders from throughout the regional body. What sort of new security measures are going to be taken to ensure that everyone is safe?
Well, the team that is sitting in and making the assessment with CARICOM, that was always in place, but this now will only cause us to take it now even to a more higher level to ensure that everyone is safe.
What sort of action is going to be taken against the individual who was filmed in that clip, who would have, I guess, basically, in accordance with what you would have said, incited some sort of feelings or actions towards the Prime Minister? Any action to be taken from the police force as it relates to that individual?
Yes, that we're going to look at the laws, and wherever it fits, it will be thrown at him.
How do you investigate something like this with an anonymous call? Is it, phone tracing? What's involved with this kind of investigation?
Yes, that's number one. We're asking members of the public, those persons who may have information as to who the individuals is or who the individuals are, to assist us, and then we will follow through with technical equipments to try to identify the caller or where the call came from.
In your years on the police force, have you ever seen anything like this where threats of death have been made against the leader of the nation? And also, what does this speak to in terms of the type of climate that we are in right now, considering the intense protests that we've seen led by the Coalition of Independents?
Yes, we saw it happen a few times. This is not the first time the Prime Minister has been threatened. Every other day I'm being threatened. I don't take it lightly. It just causes you to be more focused as you move about. You should. So we are continuing to remain focused and to do what we have to do.
Asking for public assistance, what are some of the technical methods that will be used?
I won't go in depth with what we are doing, but we have our technical crew on the ground with a view of trying to identify where the calls come from. I will not wish to go in depth as to how far we will go with it.
Well, Commissioner, I know as well, you talked about the plan being in place to protect CARICOM leaders when they come here, but are there any concerns? Because there have also been reports of persons planning to protest when those leaders come as well. Is that factored into the security plan?
Yes, absolutely. That will be beefed up. We will remain focused with that as well.
We know that the Coalition of Independents is led by Lincoln Bain. He's no stranger to law enforcement officers. He's been taken into custody a few times. What is now going to be done, considering that a protest was led by the Coalition of Independents leader? 2 threats of death were made against the nation's leader. Do we now expect that the police force will call him in for a conversation? What sort of moves are going to be taken to ensure that this does not progress further?
Well, it was approved, a permit was approved for him to hold a peaceful protest down there. And at some point, I myself will invite him to my office to have a word with him, because he have to control his supporters.
You mentioned earlier in your remarks about the video that circulated on social media. Does this then mean too that you as the police will pay special attention to persons that have been posting? This is not the first time, as you mentioned, that we've seen a threat, but are we going to focus more on social media and these threats that we see popping up now?
Well, that's a part of our day-to-day investigation, to pay attention to social media and to act on certain things.
And is it only going to be, for example, in this instance, threats of death, or what kind of
No,
charges do we expect?
social media assists us with a number of investigations and cause us to arrest a number of individuals. So we pay attention. Social media is the devil, but at some point you have to pay attention because you could find a lot of information is thrown out there that you could follow. You have to follow lines of inquiries. Either you reach a dead end or you could advance something from it.
Are you familiar with the news that another world leader would have gotten death threats today? And what's the level of concern from the police force that, like you said, it's not typically a part of the aiming culture? What's the level of concern from the force that something that's happening internationally is now happening on our shore?
Yes, it's a big concern. I'm not aware of the incident today, but it's a big concern. You saw it played out in Haiti where the prime minister, the president was assassinated. You saw that in recent time. And, you know, we Bahamians are like copycats. God forbid. God forbid, but we need now to stop it.
What's the plan in terms of, I guess, increased police presence? We've seen saturation patrols. We've seen the road traffic department, you know, doing their thing. Now that the Prime Minister has had 2 threats of deaths made against him, are we going to see more roadblocks, increased police presence? What can the general civilian expect at this point?
This is a continuation for us. It's not just because of this incident. If you saw in recent time, we having a number of road checks, a number of operations out there, and which have been yielding great success. But not because of this incident, but we look at the threat level and if it's high, we put extra security in place.
So that was my question. I know it's been there. We've seen it every night. Will it be increased now that these threats of death have been made against the Prime Minister?
It will continue.
And the persons responsible, once caught, would they only face threats of death charges, or would they face other charges?
Well, we will view what is there and look at the laws, and we will throw the book at them.
Now, I know you spoke about increased security details for the Prime Minister, but can you go into detail about what exactly does that entail? Will there be more security around his home and stuff like that?
I wouldn't wish to go in detail with that, but we will look at the level, the threat level, and then we will place additional security.
So when I threat level would be this as high?
Yes, the threat level is high based on the calls that came in. It's high, so we now have to take it to another level.
When we talk about increasing the security, are there any concerns when it comes to manpower about where these police will be getting pulled from or pulled away from that they're already working on?
No concern about manpower. We working closely with our law enforcement partner, the Defense Force, so it's a combined effort, and we will make it happen. Not at this time. I don't wish to go into that.
I do have a question about the calls that came in. Obviously, you aren't able to determine the nationality of an individual based on a phone call, but I guess on the intelligence that you have available to you, we know that the protest that was held by COI is not the only thing that could have ignited these calls. We know that the Office of the Prime Minister announced this morning that, the shanty towns are also being addressed again. This is another issue that is, heightened emotions. Yes. Do we have any idea on what the possible nationality of the individuals behind these calls might be? Because it might not just be linked to the COI.
I can't say at this time.
But you are looking into the nationality of the individuals?
Yes, well, all of that is a part of the investigation.
What would make you look into the nationality of individuals making threats of death against the Prime Minister?
Well, based on the temperature of what is out there now.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Again, we want to thank all law enforcement agencies for their commitment to keeping all Bahamians safe, but particularly us here at the Office of the Prime Minister. I want to thank you, sir, and your team for the safety and security that you provide. We don't take this job for granted. We recognize in the role that we're in that every civil servant and Bahamian who's a part of the government does their job and hopes to come to work every day in safety and security. We thank you for allowing us to feel safe. That concludes our press briefing. Any further updates, the police will update you going forward. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
There you have it. There you heard it from the Office of the Prime Minister. Chief of Police Clayton Fernando on the address, and obviously Press Secretary Clint Watson as well. We heard from both of them. Let's just check out some of the text and text me and let me know exactly what your take is after hearing that presser. Naughty, this is simple, man. Remove the loophole from Article 7. Naturalize all the ones before the change and implement heavy criminal charges for anyone involved in illegal immigration. Also, normal citizen gets threats all the time. So big whoop. No one fusses over that. We're looking at the carrot and not the string. Naughty, the PM is hardly in the country anyway. I don't believe them, Naughty. They are truly, they're trying to nullify the protest on Wednesday and garner sympathy for the PM. The PM is a former defense lawyer, and since he came to office, not one legislation to address crime. Naughty, the people will cry out, murmur, and complain when unjust leaders rule. There you go. Now, again, it boils back to my point. There is an issue that we have to deal with, undocumented migrants, but there's a right way and a wrong way to deal with it. And I just see a lot of irony here, though. You got certain entities with voice notes floating around, chastising the F&M chairman, Mr. Mitchell, for remarks made about referring to the police as security and so on and so forth. But yet here we are today. The PM needs that same branch that was getting criticized by the chairman to stand strong. And why? Because we have other entities out there looking for their 15 minutes of political fame, grandstanding, and inciting people. Inciting with vigilante justice. Okay? And those are the kind of things that are combustible and lead to death threats toward the PM and lead to senseless acts and violent acts and vigilantism. I'm going to go to the phone lines right now. I understand the message that Mr. Bain is trying to get out, but sometimes you lose the message with the messenger. Okay? And I'm looking at some of these things, and they're very, very Trumpian. Replace Haitian with Mexican and oh, it look familiar. Hey, let's go to the phone lines. Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hello?
Hello?
Good evening, right?
I can hear you.
Yeah, Naughty, tell me, you actually believe anybody made threats against Brave Davis?
Now, caller.
Yeah.
You want me to answer with my radio broadcaster hat on, or you want me to answer with my comedian hat on?
99.9% of the Benin people know that's a lie. We want to resign or get the casino more into the Haitian population than the Bahamian people. Each one going on symphony.
No,
he need to go. He need to resign. He making Salinas roll over in his grave right now.
I hear you, brother. I mean, and that seems to be the sentiment of a lot of Bahamians.
And that's part of the Haitian president. I tell you right now, we all know who assassinated the president of Haiti. And they ain't know the Haitian people. It's the high ups.
Yeah, you caller. I mean, like I say, you heard it, and now we have to take the information that we're given and formulate, our opinions.
Like I said, nobody believes the prime minister. Nobody may trust him in the prime minister. They need to stop lying.
Now, caller, let me look at it like this, okay?
Yeah.
We can't say that they weren't made. All right, and I'll say this to say that because we've seen some messages being put out there that might incite some people who may not think like me and you, or will go reason with some of our friends and build, you know what I mean, and figure out the different angles. You got some people there wanting, and they go from 0 to 60 straight to violence, and that's what we don't need.
Yeah, I understand. I know one thing. If it did happen, I know one thing be the Bahamian people. It's been a lot of people that made threats.
I never heard of no Bahamians, having the testicular fortitude to do that. Yeah, I never knew, like I said, I never knew none of us have the testicular fortitude to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we might tell you hashtag CYC, that's about it, but we ain't really gonna, get to that point.
And Naughty, and plus, like you said before, the Russo have come home to roost.
Yep. You can't campaign on the statement of we are Bahamians of Haitian descent and don't expect people to jump up and take you up on that offer. At the end of the day, you know, what you plant early gonna come back late, and you can harvest. You can harvest. Maybe you're not gonna harvest what you wanted to harvest.
Exactly. Anyway, thanks.
I appreciate you, brother. Be safe, man. Take care.
All right, you too.
Let me check some more of these texts now. Naughty, the PM invited this on himself. Maybe our government signed on to WTO and didn't inform the nation. Naughty, that press conference was straight propaganda. Clint, the guy speaking, and the so-called journalists that were there constantly referencing the COI and Lincoln. Sometimes, you know, you have to look at all the components. All the components. All the components. Texter, you just tuned in. We were actually talking about the death threats that the Prime Minister received today. And post presser from the OPM. All right? Naughty sounds like Wag the dog to me. Just saying. But y'all on a roll today. I cannot lie. Let's check some more text. Yeah, earlier I said that the FNM, I meant the PRP chair when I referenced Mr. Mitchell. I apologize if I had a little slip right there. Naughty, that was all for show. They ain't serious. The COP said other PMs have had death threats. Minnis said while PM standing in the House that he received death threats. There was no big COP press conference. Maybe people didn't like Minnis as much as they like Brit. I don't know. Naughty, I hope never to hear a pastor or anyone call this a Christian nation again, because that's sure not what we are. We are a nation filled with xenophobic, hateful, insensitive, and self-righteous people who really need to get over themselves. How do you really feel, Texter? Well put. It's Friday. It is Friday. I can tell it's Friday, but y'all are on a road today. Y'all on a serious road. All right, now I've just received a statement from the office of the Prime Minister, from Mr. Latre Raming, the media director. Immediate release statement on purported threat to Prime Minister Davis. Earlier today, multiple anonymous calls were made to the office of the Prime Minister, threatening the safety of the Prime Minister. The matter was immediately referred to the Royal Bahamas Police Force, and an investigation is underway. Prime Minister Davis has been praised of the situation, and additional security measures have been put in place. While the threat against the Prime Minister is being taken seriously, it is the current assessment of the Prime Minister's security team that the Prime Minister should continue with his normal duties, and further assessments will be made once the investigation reveals further information. February 3rd, 2023, Office of the Prime Minister. Now, I don't stand for the threats, okay? We've established that. But I also don't stand for playing victim. And I want to look at this video again, and I want to look at the video from yesterday, and I need to know if now some people are in their feelings. Anyway, Naughty, this government knows the Bahamians have turned against them, so this is the game they're playing. They're trying to play victim. Wow. Listen, and you know, that was a good text that was brought up earlier, you know, by one of the texters. Said everyday citizens get threats all the time. But we can't promote the violence. We can't promote the vigilantism and not expect for these type of results not to happen. There is no place for this. We should be able to sit at the table, cooler heads prevail, and intellectually come to a solution for this. Looking at the pros and the cons. I'm telling you, man, careful what you wish for, you just might get it. And sometimes when you play with fire, you get burnt. All right, Mr. Producer, let's get to the break. We got to get to the first one, right? So let's get to the break, and then we'll wrap things up after the break, because I guess we've been going straight from the news on this one, right? I'm trying to figure out my time. I on a tightrope right now. I don't know if I finish this or if I talk sports. I know. I can let Rich Eisen take us home for sure, because I hear Kyrie Irving wants to get traded. And to the Lakers, no less. So we'll take a quick break, and I'll be back to take some more texts regarding the press conference from the OPM and tidy up a few tidbits. And I'll have Rich Eisen lined up to give you a little dose of sports on the way home today, all right? Big trade news coming out of L.A. Trade deadline is February 9th. Kyrie Irving is wanting out of Brooklyn. Let's see how that happens. Is Kyrie freaking himself out again, or is he actually serious this time? We'll talk about that and more on the flip side of the break as the Friday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads continues right after this.
With so much going on in the world today, only accepting cash at your business can be risky. Let Fidelity offer you and your customers safety, convenience, and the flexibility of a fixed or mobile terminal. Take it with you, on the move and on the go, because business should never stop. For more details, speak to one of our business development officers at 356-7764 in Nassau or 352-6676 in Freeport. Visit our website at fidelitygroup.com or visit us at any of our branches. Fidelity, we're good for you.
Play with Island Games. We making dreams come true. Play with Island Games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You getting cash in your pocket. 'Cause Island Games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play Island Games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay. Island Games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island Games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with Island Games.
Flavor alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoked bacon in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Refined style with elegant taste. Then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Flavor alert! The Dunkin' Maple Sugar Bacon Breakfast Sandwich is the perfect blend of maple and smoked bacon in every bite. Enjoy a fluffy egg, melted Swiss cheese, and sweet caramelized maple sugar smoked bacon, all stacked on a warm, flaky croissant. Make it a combo with lightly seasoned hash browns and your favorite freshly brewed Dunkin' coffee. Tap into maple flavor today at Dunkin'. The Bahamas runs on Dunkin'.
Here we go. J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents are the best. Reliable service, we've been on the scene, protecting since 1919. J.S. Johnson Insurance has the test. You're always covered me. J.S. Johnson Insurance, peace of mind.
John Shoes and Accessories is your one-stop shop for all your footwear needs. Whatever the occasion, John's is confident you will find what you're looking for among our always growing collection of amazing and trendy styles. We cover women, men, children, the whole family. Together with John's great prices and helpful and friendly customer service, your experience in shopping with us will be time well spent. Too busy to come in store? Shop with us online, www.johnshoes.com. John's also now carries small home appliances. So come on in today at John's, where we put fashion at your feet.
Young cast, last, now everybody go to breakfast.
Yeah, you got it locked and loaded to the Friday, February 3rd edition of Talking Heads. 5:47 p.m. is the time. Got the final 10 with Rich Eisen today, too, breaking down that big Kyrie Irving potential trade to the Lakers. Got to get you some sort of sports. But we'll go to the phone lines right now real quick. And Talking Heads, Guardian Radio 96.9 FM. Who's this?
Hey, what's happening? This is Mr. Dorset, man.
Hey, what's going on, Dorset?
Everything good, man. What I want to find out is this thing, but this Lake Novite tree. I read a document on it, and the document said being getting exported from the Bahamas since before 1942, since before World War II. And we don't see no record of it, and we don't hear no one talking about it when they talk about where our money from the natural resources coming from. So I young, and I want to know where the money from that going, because that being going on from way before we get independent.
Young blood, I'm almost middle-aged and crazy, and I want to know where it's going to, brother. We in the same boat.
Yeah, so that's that online, that on our government portal. I know the Wikipedia version, so it ain't have no ending date. So that means it's still going on, so I don't know where the money going.
And see, let me tell you something. I mean, if you look at it globally, all right, if you export the lignum vitae plant, it requires an export permit from the NEPA. I mean, okay, and the lignum vitae species is the national flower of Jamaica. It's also our national tree. You know what I mean?
Right.
So obviously, if other places export it, they have parameters in place to find out. Why can't we? You know what I mean? It's not that hard. And we like to imitate models of governments from all over the world to benefit us. Well, why don't look at adopting models from governments that actually export their natural resources and get profits from their natural resources?
Exactly. That must be better.
And filter them down to where they need to be. Now, so I'll do some more due diligence over the weekend. Check me Monday, and I'll have some more information on this lignum vitae for you, my brother. Now you inspired me to go read some more this weekend.
Yeah, man. I'm young, and I used to be reading up on a whole bunch, too.
And keep reading, my brother. Keep reading. As much information as you could get your hands on, read it. And take it in.
The aragonite good for our soil, and I see why they shipping it off.
Because it's good for their pocket and their bottom line. That's what it's good for.
Not everything what you could sell, you sell because it could bring money in your pocket, you know. The aragonite is used as a cement inside the sea. Just like how you put cement on stuff to hold it firm up top here on top of land.
It's a bond.
That's what it is at the bottom of the sea floor.
You got it.
So why are you taking it up? You costing us, you making us vulnerable to what? Tsunamis, earthquakes.
If you're gonna take it up,
destroying the marine system, all type of
But check this out. If you're gonna risk all of that, what you mentioned, right? Then do it in a way where we don't diminish the whole entire supply, but at the same time, what we are gonna export, that we make money off it, and the country benefits from it.
Right, but yeah, what the tricky part about it is, aragonite is formed inland. It is formed close to shore. It don't form
out in the ocean. It builds off.
When they digging it, they digging close to shore. So nonetheless, you put it, they still making us vulnerable to earthquakes and tsunamis and whatever extra serious hurricanes, storms, whatever trying to come this way. They making us vulnerable to
They
these
won't
stuff,
put
but
y'all
they still
youngsters
selling
down.
it.
They want to say y'all don't have nothing to say, but young blood, you're impressing me today, and I appreciate it. Keep reading and keep calling this show, all right?
Yes, sir.
And keep contributing on these kind of platforms, man. We need the young folks like you to get the information and figure it out for yourself. Don't worry about everybody in your ear. Listen to what they have to say, but still walk off and formulate your own opinion based on the information that you have gotten and broken down.
Yes, sir.
All right? I appreciate you, man. Have a good, safe weekend, bro.
All right, seeing you.
That's what I like to hear, though. The youngsters stepping up now and doing their own research. The internet is a powerful tool if you use it correctly, you know. And you can debunk plenty conspiracy theories and put the actual factual out there. But nonetheless, we're going to get to our second break right now. And on the flip side of the second break, Rich Eisen going to take you home. Big trade rumors and rumblings coming out of L.A. Kyrie Irving wants to be out of Brooklyn. And he wants to go to the Lakers. We were going to talk about it in sports, but obviously we had some denied oxygen in the womb individuals threaten the prime minister today. And we had to, deal with that because that is priority. So as we go into the break, have a safe weekend, okay? I have a heavy heart today. Once again, we're going to go memorialize my good friend, the late Mr. Franklin Simmons. I'm going to lay him to rest tomorrow. So please keep the Simmons family in your thoughts and your prayers. My thoughts and my prayers go out to them. And to all of his friends, his teammates, and all of that. We lost a great guy, and we're going to do him justice today and tomorrow, sending him off the right way, all right? So keep me in your prayers, too, because it's going to be a rough weekend for me. But I want you to have a great weekend. Be safe and be good, and if you can't be good at it. We'll see you Monday. Rich Eisen will take you home on the flip side of the break. Deuces, be gone.
Refine style with elegant taste. Then Fine Threads is your place. If you want those slacks hemmed or just taking the waist, then Fine Threads is your place. If you wanna look suave and debonair everywhere you go, like you're supposed to be in a video, wanna step out and look great, then Fine Threads is your place. Refined style with elegant taste, then Fine Threads is your place. Is your place. Is your place.
Play with island games. We play with island games. We paying more out to you. Don't mind the noise in the market. You get cash in your pocket. 'Cause island games is spicy and spicy is tradition. So when you play island games, we putting Bahamians first. Guaranteed to pay island games. We like them other jokers. We've been here from the start. From the bike to computer. Island games. We gonna make your dreams come true. We playing with island games.
Young cast. Last. Now everybody go to breakfast.
Your head nearly popped off your neck when you saw this about 5 minutes ago, Christopher.
Dude.
So the trade deadline's next Thursday, and Kyrie Irving, according to Woj, has told the Nets he wants out. Now, look, Durant told the Nets he wanted out, and he's not out. He's still there, although he's hurt. And since Kyrie returned from his suspension because he tweeted out a link to one of the most odious anti-Semitic tropes that I don't know if Amazon still has it on there. I don't know why Amazon still had it available for people back then too. So let's throw the stones where they all belong. But since he returned from suspension from that, the Nets were terrific with Kyrie and Durant and Jacques Vaughn coaching. He returned from suspension on November 20th. They lost the next night at Philadelphia, and then 2 nights after that against Indianapolis, once against Boston on December 4th, and then won every single game until January 4th.
Yeah, they won 12 straight, right?
And then Durant gets hurt. They win the game in which he gets hurt, and then started losing. They lost 4 in a row, won 2 in a row, lost 2 in a row, won 2 in a row, and then got smoked by Boston, and now all of a sudden he wants out. I have no idea why. I imagine we will find out why. Is it contract related? I don't know at all. Feels the team isn't backing him up? I do not know.
Is
it a plot to get to the Lakers?
Yeah,
reunite
maybe.
with LeBron?
Yeah, Shams had it too. The franchise has been informed that Kyrie prefers to move on ahead of the February 9th deadline or will leave in free agency in July. So he's done with Brooklyn.
Well, then I would say that Brooklyn will be done with him. You want to, what, he'll leave? Or what are you going to get from him? Well, by the way, what would you, let's just say he wants to go play with LeBron now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what Manic said. Obviously, the questions now are if the Lakers can put together a big enough deal.
There's no way. What assets did the Lakers have? That's why they went and got Rui Hachimura, because all they had to do is
10 years from now.
Because that's what they could flip Kendrick Nunn and 3 2s. But if the first round selections that they're allowed to give, which is what the next ones are allowed to give up, are 2027 and 2029, if I'm not mistaken.
You're not allowed to give back-to-back in the NBA.
So why would, and they've already given up other ones.
Right.
So why would the Nets take 2 1s so damn far in the distance? And the question is, if LeBron wants him here, and I would imagine he would, then if the Lakers don't do everything they can to go get him, how will LeBron feel about that one? And I have a feeling that the Lakers would do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in a heartbeat, no matter what Kyrie's track record of tweeting stuff out or creating departures from Cleveland, Boston, now Brooklyn. And it's crazy that he would want to do this to the team he's always wanted to play for, as we saw in the video when he first arrived, that kid who grew up in the shadow of Brendan Byrne Arena in New Jersey, rooting for Drazen Petrovic and those Nets, that he would do it to this franchise now. But there's, as you know, a lot of water underneath the Brooklyn Bridge and a lot of water over the Holland Tunnel to be discussed between the Nets and Kyrie.
I mean, all of his BS aside, he's been balling this year on the court.
He's been terrific.
27,
He's an
5, and
all-star.
5. He's an all-star starter.
Correct.
He's been great.
And all of this stuff is going to be like if he doesn't get traded. Now, what if he gets traded to the Lakers by next Thursday? Does he just sit out the All-Star game? Because they're not going to bump a Western Conference starter, are you?
Well, the starter is not. They just pick teams now. There's no East and West, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Very good. Good point. Thank you for that.
Yep. Team LeBron, Team Giannis.
So my little rabbit hole I just went down was completely worthless. All right. So there you have it. First blush thought.
Dang.
If I'm the Nets, I'm thinking again, this guy. Okay. You're Durant. You're sitting there coming back. What are you thinking? Get him out, right? Don't you think?
Yeah, get rid of him.
Or I don't know. They're so tight and they're both in such rarefied air. Like,
this might have been
take
why
me too.
Kevin
You never
Durant
know.
wanted to trade in the first place. Remember last offseason, he was like, I'm out. I'm done with this.
After Kyrie opted back in.
Right. Whether that was coincidence or not.
I can't figure it out. Sean Marks must be like, oh my God. What's going on? You know what? I would say screw it. I would hold on to him, try to win a championship with him.
Yeah.
Say, Jacques Vaughn, sorry, you have to handle all this stuff. Kyrie, suck it up. You're not going anywhere. We told this to Durant last summer. We're not going to sit here and take the Lakers' first-round selections 4 years from now for you. We'll send you some other place where we'll get first-round picks and other players right now, and we'll reconfigure our franchise if we can do that using you as the chip.
You know who has a plethora of picks?
Who does?
The Thunder.
Yeah, that's true.
Wasn't that where you do send people like him? Right?
People like him.
Well, I'm just saying. Paul George went there. I mean, people like him. I mean,
a little disgruntled.
Disgruntled stars.
Yeah. Russ went there. Well, Russ was there.
That's where you send him. You send him.
Chris Paul, right?
Chris Paul went there.
You go there, they hang there for a year, they touch up, and then they go somewhere else. And they keep amassing picks for down the line and draft terrific players like Josh Giddey and try and win games. Yeah. And at some point, they'll hit the win it now button again, right?
Because they've got the first pick for a seventh grader right now, a kid who's currently in seventh grade. So.
Is that true? That's true. Isn't it?
I think, seventh or eighth grade.
Wow.
What a league, man.
Bronny James, essentially.
This league, man.
Not Bronny, Bryce.
Oh, Bryce.
Yeah,
Bryce is in like ninth. So.
This league, man.
Yeah.
That's what I would do if I'm the Nets. Sorry, Kyrie. Or say, who wants him? Get all these offers for him if teams want him, and send him to a spot where he doesn't want to go.